Hi, this is Don McNay, Huffington Post contributor. In my childhood, Northern Kentucky was a hot spot for organized crime, and a town full of hustlers, prostitutes, and gamblers. The profession they looked down upon the most was loan sharking. Loan sharks preyed on the poor and the most desperate. The sharks charged high rate of interest for short-term loans. The practice was illegal and often dangerous. It wasn't unusual for a loan shark to wind up floating in the Ohio River. One of the biggest names in the business was Frank "Screw" Andrews, who was a central character in Hank Messick's book Syndicate Life. If Screw was in business today, he'd be a captain of industry. Loan sharking is now legalized. Today we call loan sharks payday lenders. The stock of payday lenders is traded on the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ. Many payday lending companies do business with Wall Street's biggest bank. As Gary Rivlin notes in his book Broke USA, the working poor have become big business. Broke USA shows how the decades of easy credit and loose regulation have created a new category called the poverty industry. You wouldn't think the poor people would be a growth market, but businesses can make money off people who live paycheck to paycheck. Screw Andrews fell out of the window in 1973. He never dreamed that 40 years later his business would be operating legally in almost every city in the country. Screw knew how to bribe local officials with cash payments. He didn't live to see the day that bribery was legalized in the form of lobbying and political fundraising. Broke USA makes it clear that the public and those in the media don't care for payday lenders. But they also make it clear how many friends the poverty industry has by paying big dollars to lobbyists and giving huge contributions to lawmakers. The poverty industry is also funded by Wall Street. Too big to fail banks had a big hand in creating the poverty industry. Citigroup, JP Morgan Chase, and Bank of America are some of the big banks that made huge profits directly or indirectly from the poverty industry. They had another common bond. They received bailout money from the American taxpayers in 2008. Since we bailed the big banks out, that makes us directly or indirectly in the poverty industry too. The people peddling poverty products have figured out that there's a strain of Americans who are the financial equivalent of drug addicts. They will pay any price, fee, or interest rate as long as they can get an immediate fix. They don't care about tomorrow, they just want money today. Just like a heroin addict, a financial junkie will usually die before the addiction runs out. I'm not sure how to stop people from going to payday lenders. I do know how to stop the flow of money from Main Street to Wall Street. Move your money. Ariana Huffington and others at Huffington Post started a movement. Get people to move their money from too big to fail banks to community banks and credit unions. Move Your Money is more than an idea. It is now a tax-deductible 501c foundation raising money to educate financial consumers. I recently made a contribution to the foundation and encourage others to do the same. You can make a donation or learn more about Move Your Money at www.moveyourmoney.info. If we let Wall Street know that supporting legalized loan sharks is not acceptable, it might get them out of funding that line of work and leave loan sharking for guys like Screw Andrews.